You are listening to stories from Lives Without Limits. Susan Sygall, the CEO and co-founder of Mobility International USA, explains the importance of living without limits.
One of the things that is so exciting right now is through our work with Mobility International, we are funded by the State Department to be the National Clearinghouse on Disability and Exchange. And what that means is we can give free technical assistance, not only to people with disabilities around the world, how they can volunteer, study, research, work, or teach abroad, but also that people with disabilities around the world can do those same things here in the United States. But that's not enough to make really significant change. We also give technical assistance to all international exchange programs that are US-based so that we can ensure that when people with disabilities start going to all these programs, that they can successfully be accommodated in all the programs. And we're talking about people with all different types of disabilities. And so I'm excited because I think there's this huge movement now where people with disabilities from all over the world are thinking about how they can have these same international exchange experiences to be leaders. So why not be a young high school student in a wheelchair who wants to study Spanish? Why not be a person who's deaf who's going to be the next Fulbright scholar? Why not be the next person with a learning disability who's going to volunteer somewhere in Africa? Or someone with an intellectual disability who's going to also participate in one of the many youth programs. So this is a whole new world of everybody really being able to have the same opportunities. And I think having no limits applies to both people with disabilities and people without disabilities, because what international exchange does for anybody, disabled people, non-disabled people, it says there's no limits about what you can do if your horizons are broadened. And so it's a win-win for everybody.
What does living without limits mean to you? Share your story on social media and be sure to tag it with #WithoutLimits. Please listen to other Lives Without Limits stories by clicking on the other videos in the playlist.